Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Steve. I'm an age group triathlete in Oklahoma City. I've been doing it for a few years and I've gained a lot of experience. My YouTube channel is about obviously triathlon, but also the scope of triathlon through a person who works full time and is a family man. So if uh, if that kind of applies to you, if you're a parent or that sort of thing, welcome in. If you're not interested in something like that, then this may not be the video for you. In this week's video, I'm going to go over my training split and just my current training regimen right now, some of the changes that I'm going to be making coming up here in the near future, since it is the week before New Year. So like everybody else, I'm kind of making new plans for the new year, kind of looking into training for races coming up in 2024 and just showing you what I've been doing so far and then kind of where I'm going here in 2024. So come on in and let's dive on into it. So to further dive into the video, I have my training peaks up here. And so we're going to start at December 1st. We'll go through the month of December just because it's the most recent and it's a pretty good representation of what I've done probably the last 2 or 3 months or so after my last race, which was October 1st. So let's break it down. So starting around December 1st, I've got a swim here, and December 2nd, I've got an indoor cycle on a Saturday of an hour and a half and running of about an hour and a half. So typically, what I've been doing each and every week is about, oh, I'm doing 4 to 5 swims a week of around 15, 20, 25 minutes or so. And then I'm doing roughly 2 to 3 runs a week. You can see here during this week, I ran for an hour, then I rode inside for an hour. For some reason, I didn't run or cycle here. Don't exactly know why. Probably life circumstance. Rode and then ran for an hour and a half. So kind of during the week, I try to keep things as much the same as possible. Doing either a ride or a run of some sort for an hour, and then some kind of swimming in the morning. So we'll dive down to the second week of December. I believe this week I actually was traveling, so this was a little bit of a weird week for me. So with Monday, like I did my swimming in the morning and running in the afternoon. Then Tuesday I just did swimming. Wednesday I did a shorter run of 45 minutes. I took Thursday off, and I think that was due to just work commitments. I was kind of feeling fatigued, and I think we ended up going out that night and that sort of thing. So I just ended up taking that day off. And then here I've got an indoor bike ride for an hour. And then that Saturday, and I'll do this on occasion too, is I'll break training up. So I wanted to do 2 hours worth of riding this particular day. So I did an hour during lunchtime and then an hour in the evening. Then you can see on Saturday, I did 10 miles at an hour and 25 minutes, or 10 miles at an hour and 25 minutes. And then further forward, the following week, December 11th through the 17th, very similar. Um, for some reason, I'm not seeing as much swimming here. I thought I did a bit more swimming than that, but maybe not. Um, yeah, it just depends on a week to week basis. Sometimes things come up and I can't get it in. Those sorts of things. Saturday and Sunday, I almost can never get, I can't get really swimming in just because of time commitments and that sort of thing. But you can see my training hours are right around 8 hours. And the week prior was six and change, seven and change. So um, then coming down here to the week of Christmas. So the 18th, I did my swim, did an hour bike ride, lap, 24 minutes of swimming here, a treadmill run, 30-ish minutes, hour bike, that sort of thing. Really basic stuff. I'm not doing a lot of high intensity intervals or anything like that. Really just doing more zone 2 aerobic based training right now. Just trying to kind of maintain my fitness and then maybe add in a little bit of speed work here and there.
All right, everybody. So, unfortunately, on my last clip, for some reason, it timed out. So, kind of backtracking to that time frame. It's been actually a few days, actually, maybe even a couple weeks since I last recorded that video and was working on that video. So, we're back now. So, it's been since the new year. So, you can see kind of what my plan is going forward for the new year. So, previously, pretty simple, straightforward, trying to do an hour a day, every single day of activity, really just trying to kind of maintain fitness. I was doing a lot of aerobic maintenance work, not anything really high intensity, almost zero high intensity, to be perfectly honest. I have a hard time doing high intensity work, so that's always been a challenge for me. But anyway, so pushing forward to the new year, you can already see I started the after Christmas. I really started kind of getting in on my new plan, and you can already tell some of the work is actually shorter. So I'm doing more strength work. I believe the plan that I have has me lifting at least 2, sometimes 3 times a week. Actually, I believe 3 times a week, and you can kind of see here just the rough outline of it, doing a little bit less during the week as far as aerobic work, a little bit more high intensity, and then on the weekends doing a lot more aerobic longer distance work. This week is also the first week of January is a really good example of what I ended up kind of working in. I did an hour of cycling on the first of the year, 20 minutes of swimming, 30 minutes of indoor cycling. And if I remember correctly, this was a fairly intense one, a lot of short intervals. We'll see if I can pull this up. Yeah, a lot of short intervals of higher intensity than lower rest. Very, very simple, nothing really too crazy. I think it was 30 seconds of work and then a minute of rest, something along those lines. Really not super complicated. Just trying to keep my body primed and ready for what's to come in the full season. So that's kind of the overview of my training right now. Like yesterday, so today's the 7th. I did about 9 miles running today, and what's nice about right now is that I have a little bit more flexibility on the time frame as around how much I'm riding and running and swimming and biking and those sorts of things. And anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much to wrap up the calendar portion of the video. Anyway, so to bring it on in and talk about future plans for 2024. So I've already talked about my training is going to be changing a little bit. I've decided to go with the Motive Training app and Motive Training plan, which is Triathlon Taryn. So Taryn, I'll try and tag you in this, and I mean maybe you'll see it, maybe you won't. Who knows? But that's my plan for 2024 to go as far as training is concerned. I'm going to modify things here and there. I really have to have things flexible just because of my life, my family time, those sorts of things. So I felt like for the value, that seemed like the best option right now for me. While I was really tempted and still am really tempted to use a one-on-one coach, I simply just don't have the funds for it right now. Coaching is really expensive, and it's not this is a hobby for me. This isn't something that I'm willing to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in when it comes to coaching. Um, I'm in dire need of a new bike, so that's kind of taking priority right now. And speaking of all that, this year I'm joining the Slow Twitch Good Life Racing triathlon team, managed by Eric Wynn, and he's a great guy. There's a lot of great team sponsors, and so I'm excited to support the sponsors. And quick preview that I'm going to be getting a new bike with one of the sponsors, but I'm going to be with Slow Twitch for 2024 when it comes to racing. As far as races go, I have a rough calendar right now. I'm signed up for 3 races, and then there's 2 others that I would like to do. And then depending on the PTO, Pro Triathletes Organization, if they're going to be offering age group racing, I may make it, I may try and make it to one of those races also. But again, we're still waiting on the schedule. So don't really even know if that's going to be an option for age group racers. So we'll see. But so race calendar for me this year, I've got 3 local races I'm already signed up for with the club with our triathlon, Oklahoma City Triathlon Club. There's going to be 3 races. There's a duathlon in Okarche in March. The race is called March in Okarche, funny enough. It's near the end of March. I want to say the 20th or 29th, somewhere around there. So that'll be a nice season opener race. It's a short duathlon, I think 5K, 20-ish mile bike, 5K, something along those lines, super short, nothing really that crazy. Then I'm going to be doing the Route 66 Olympic distance triathlon, so that'll be June 1st. So that's a decent amount of time after that. I have a good amount of time to build up to that race. That's going to be the state championship for age group and high school and collegiate in Oklahoma this year. So I'm excited for that race. Then the next optional race that I'm thinking about doing is 70.3 Boulder. Heard great things about the race. I love Colorado. We have friends in Colorado, so I would be excited to be able to kind of combine those 2 things, visit some friends, do a triathlon would be fun, maybe visit Colorado for a little bit. We'll see how that all works out. Then after that, I'm signed up for another Triathlon Oklahoma City Club, Triathlon Club of Oklahoma City race. In September, it's TROC. I think they call it Torch or Torque, Oklahoma City. It's a sprint race in downtown Oklahoma City. So pretty cool. They ran it last year. It was the first running of it as a triathlon. There's the River Sports in downtown Oklahoma City is where we swim, and then bike around downtown Oklahoma City and run around downtown Oklahoma City. Seems pretty cool to me. I know I saw the pictures from the race last year. Seems pretty cool. So I'm going to give that race a shot this year. And then probably the last race of the year for me, if I don't do Boulder 70.3, I almost definitely want to do 70.3 Waco. Not sure if that race is going to be around a whole lot longer, and it's one of the closest 70.3s to me right now, and I've heard good things about the race, that it's kind of sort of a downriver swim. The bike seems like it. I've heard it's pretty good, and the run is pretty good, so it seems like it would be a fast race. Good race to do a PR in. October in Texas can be up and down. To me, as far as weather is concerned, and heat and that sort of thing, to me, I think it would be a safe bet that it's going to be on the cooler side. It's not going to be like, middle of the summer, like 70.3 Lubbock would be like. So it's not going to be hellacious, but it might be on the warmer side, which living in Oklahoma, I'm used to training in the heat in the summertime. So that'll be all right. But yeah, that's kind of the rough outline of the race schedule that I have for this year. I may, again, add in a couple, maybe one PTO race if they end up holding age group racing, and if it's close by and that sort of thing. That's the tricky part too, is that with the family and that sort of thing, it's really hard to travel for races right now, just with young kids and that sort of thing. So, and being limited on funds and that and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's kind of my plans for 2024. So we've got a lot of good things in store. So just tune in, and I hope to see you in the next video. With that being said, also, I pre-recorded another video before this, but I just want to give gratitude to each and every one of you who decides to sit down and watch one of these videos. I'm just an age group triathlete, fairly average guy. And this is part of the reason that I do these videos, is just to show people that you can do it. You don't have to be somebody super special, or you don't have to be 25 years old and have no other responsibilities other than yourself. Like, I work full time. I have 2 kids. I've got a wife. I've got a lot of responsibilities outside of myself. And I think I may have mentioned this in the last video too, all these things, but it's possible for you to do these things. I feel like people tend to say they can't, even though they never tried. And so I just want to be an example of a person who says, hey, even though I have a lot of these things that are possibly or could prevent me from doing something like an Ironman or a 70.3, that I'm going to work around it, do my best to do everything as the best that I can, and still do cool and great and awesome things. And so anyway, that's part of why I'm starting this YouTube channel. So if you like that, leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.